I would like to talk about my top 5 things I'm most excited for at E3 next week. Starting on, would that be Sunday night at the Bethesda conference, obviously Fallout 4. I just want to see gameplay to really just last few questions get answered about what's different from Fallout 3. Uh, for all I care, it could be the same exact game, just with new characters in a new place. I'd be totally happy with that. But if they made improvements to the shooting or VATS or character animations, answering those questions would just be terrific. Moving on to Monday, the 4 other things I'm most excited for are first at Microsoft. I would like to see that they're taking a real interest in cross-platform development between the Xbox One and PC. I think it really behooved them to release Halo 5 on PC because most solely PC gamers aren't going to go out and buy an Xbox for Halo. Um, they have strictly PC shooters that, because of their existence, didn't give them the sort of PC gaming culture relevance of Halo. But if you would put Halo 5 on PC, given its esport focus, I think that would be a big step forward for Microsoft, and I think it would actually be a net gain for them financially. Um, I know that I had an Xbox One, it died. I'm not going to buy a second one. But if they start releasing their first party games on PC, yeah, I'll absolutely grab Halo. I'll absolutely grab Gears. Those are amazing experiences, and I think it would do them a lot of good to release them on uh, the PC. My third thing that I'm excited about comes from the EA press conference, mainly Battlefront. Now, embarrassing point here. Never played Battlefront. I was more of an RPG guy when it came to Star Wars games, so KOTOR and all those. So I kind of have a ravenous addiction to everything Star Wars. So, of course, I already have Battlefront pre-ordered on my PS4. I'm super excited to hear about it, but everything they've shown, those screenshots that recently came out a few months ago, the uh, in-engine footage, whatever that video was that they showed, that's not running on a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. That may be an in-engine video on a really expensive PC, but I know that's not going to be what I play. I kind of want to know what that is. But I'm excited that they're treating Battlefront with the respect it deserves. I never played it, but a lot of people have. It's a beloved series. Additionally, they've announced a few things that show that they're not treating it as a Star Wars Battlefield game. Mainly when they announced that there's no like aiming down the sights for non-scoped weapons. Like obviously sniper type rifle type weapons, you can aim through the scope, but if you're just a traditional stormtrooper, you can't just like aim down the sights. Which makes sense because if stormtroopers could actually aim properly, the entire Rebel Alliance would be dead in Episode 4. That being said, I'm going to be really interested to see what the caveats, let's say, of my excitement will turn out to be. Uh, I don't like to pile on EA. They're not the worst company in America. That voting was stupid, but they have some bad decisions. This is a game that if they have like for like an extra $50, if they have like you'll get all the DLC for it, I'll be yeah. I don't really stick with competitive shooters that much, but if it's in the Star Wars universe, I know I will. Just like I stuck with the Mass Effect multiplayer in Mass Effect 3. Those are really the 2 franchises I love, so any news about anything in either of those universes that comes from that EA press conference, I'll be extremely happy about. And a little bonus for me would be anything from that Amy Hennig Visceral Star Wars game. Uh, really want to know what that is. She builds outstanding worlds and characters, and add that to Star Wars and Visceral's ability to build great gameplay systems. I couldn't be more excited for that game, whatever that may be, whenever it comes out. I'm assuming it comes out next holiday, probably a month before Episode 7 comes out, to make sure it gets out before Black Friday and build hype amongst the gaming communities for Episode 7, as if it needed it. Next up at the Ubisoft press conference, I want to hear about The Division. The aesthetic in every one of those videos we've seen, like that guy walking across that car and just slowly pushing that door in quietly, that was like really impressive. That was a little thing that they added in there that's like they designed this world to be very rich and intelligent. So I want to know what I do in that game. Like the minute-to-minute gameplay, like what type of things will I be doing? I want to have concrete details on that. I want to see gameplay. I want to know if I can play it alone because I don't really have anyone to play that with on the PS4. That being said, I want to know what their vision for it is. As much as I want to be able to play it alone, if they've built that from the ground up to play with other people, I want to know what that is. I want to know what their vision is. I want them to execute on that because it looks like it could be an amazing game, and I want their vision to succeed. The last thing that I'm really hoping to see is at the Sony press conference. Obviously, indies are going to be a big draw. I really hope Jonathan Blow's The Witness is there. He's amazing. I want to see that game come out so I can really enjoy those puzzles. But most importantly to me is the rumor from The Guardian about The Last Guardian being there and almost being done. I desperately want that to be there. I love Shadow of Colossus and Ico, but that's not why I want it done. I don't want it done so I can enjoy it because I think it's going to be awesome. I want it done so I never have to hear about it again. If you need to take that giant bird dog out back and shoot it in the head and say the game's never happening, cool. Use 5 minutes of your press conference to do that. I don't care. I just want that game out so the extremely talented folks at Studio Japan who are working on that can do something else with their time. They've spent so long doing that. Like, since that game was announced, Uncharted, Uncharted 2, Uncharted 3, Uncharted Golden Abyss, and The Last of Us have all been released. It's 5 games, 4 of them by one developer, and I would say 3 of those are perfect, not perfect 10s, but like masterpiece level games. They need to ship that. And I hope for the love of God that proverbial monkey gets off their back at this E3. Now those are my sort of top 5-ish things with a little extra tacked on the end. The one thing that I hope does not happen is for Nintendo. I hope that they don't announce a lot of cool looking games for the Wii U. I have a Wii U somewhere. Might be in that closet back there. I don't know. I haven't really used it in... last time I used it was like a day after Smash Bros. Came out. I'm going to be honest. But, in all seriousness, if they have any amazing games coming that aren't like system intensive like Zelda for the Wii U, they should put that on the 3DS. I don't really care about the Wii U at this point. Like, I bought it. I should have a vested interest in it being there, but I don't. They make amazing games. More people should play them. It's a shame that more people won't get to play Splatoon. I think that they should focus all of their development attention to the 3DS and just make it so that if the NX exists now, have your console developers working on that hardware so we don't have a repeat of the Wii U where it's like on podcasts every week. Like, I forget what the game was for the Wii U, but it was like a year after launch. And it was news on the Giant Bombcast that like, hey, there's a Wii U game this week. That can't be news. That there is a game for your game machine. That's ridiculous. If there's console development going on at Nintendo, I just really wish it would be for the new platform where it has a chance. But that probably won't be the case, because what I view as sound business and entertainment logic usually doesn't exist at Nintendo. But, you know, more power to them. They're some of the best in the industry, and what they did saving the industry during the crash, we kind of all owe them. So, do whatever you want to do, Nintendo. It's obviously your call. But what are the things you're most excited for at E3? Tell me down below, and thank you for stopping by.